Good morning, folks. Wayne Bolden here on New Year's Eve. It's early in the morning. I'm having my coffee, and this is the last day of the year. Happy New Year to each and every one of you as we move towards a healthy and prosperous 2022. Well, this morning we're going to take a look at a stake race over at Santa Anita. It's on New Year's Day, January 1, 2022. Can't say that enough, right? It's the Joe Hernandez Stakes. It's a grade 2, field of 7, going 6.5 furlongs on the lawn. Very nice field for 4-year-olds and upward. But before we do, as always, please do us a big favor as we move into a new year. Please continue to support us by ringing the bell and subscribing, and of course buying a SpeedKing a coffee, as well as donate us, buying our shirts and our tip sheets. It drives money and revenue to our channel, and we pour it right back into the channel to make our content better, of course. And don't forget, tomorrow, January 1, Legends of the Game, the first installment of that series is coming up, and we're going to be featuring the one and only, the great John Henry, of course, right? So, let's dial into this Hernandez Stakes at Santa Anita, 6th race, great field of 7. The number 1 horse is Beer Can Man. The old Beer Can Man has 10 starts, 5 wins. Wow, that is awfully nice. What a high win percentage this horse has, Beer Can Man. 5 wins from 10 starts, 2 seconds, and 1/3 for $274,000. The horse is by Can the Man. Mr. Glatt is our trainer of record, and of course, who is in the arms? Flavian Pratt. What else is new? And again, 5-2 on the morning line. The horse is 150% of his race. His speed figures are phenomenal, of course, and last raced on November 7th at Del Mar in an allowance race, went darn near gate to wire, ended up winning by a head. The horse do have some stakes experience in black type. So, I mean, Beer Can Man in this small field has enough speed in this 6.5 furlongs to sit in mid-pack, maybe 3rd or 2nd or 3rd, and pounce. Very solid horse, obviously, just by looking at his win record. 5 wins from 10 start. Mr. Glatt has done a great job with this, and of course, Flavian Pratt obviously knows how to ride this horse, as he do many of them, right? So again, Beer Can Man is obviously one of the top picks in here. I like him, but I'm not going to pick him as my top pick in here. I have another horse in here that I'm really heads over heels about for sure. But Beer Can Man must be taken very seriously and used on all exotic wagerings for sure. The number 2 horse is a horse simply named Brand. Brand has 13 starts, 4 wins, 2 seconds, and 2/3. John Sadler is our trainer of record. We got Jersey Joe B in the arms. Oh, Jersey Joe. This horse is coming off of a 92-day rest. This horse has not raced in the U.S. This is the first time by way of France in his last race for sure. So John Sadler is calling the shots here for the first time on Brand, the French-bred horse. And again, the France and the overseas speed figures that I'm looking at appear to be a cut or 2 below these. I'm going to always take a wait-and-see approach with these horses if I don't have a real good feel for them. So the number 2 Brand, I'm not going to say could win this race at all in here. The number 3 horse, an oldie but goodie. I didn't know that the number 3 Chewing Gum, right, a Billy Mott trained Chewing Gum, was 7 years old. Wow, I didn't, I mean, I bet this horse quite a bit. But the number 3 Chewing Gum, trained by the Hall of Famer, Mr. Billy Mott, and Respily is in the arms, has 22 starts, 3 wins, 4 seconds, and 8/3. So as you can see just from the record, Chewing Gum likes to finish 3rd. Just about less than 10% or a little more than 10% of his 22 starts and wins with only 3. Now, he's not a bad horse. I know he typically would show speed, But in the last 4 or 5 races, he's been coming from mid-pack or, downtown a little bit. So I'm not overly, you know, crazy about chewing gum in this spot. After all, he is 7. He is coming off of a 35-day layoff. And, you know, I don't think that chewing gum is going to be able to handle this group. But Billy Mott has done tremendous things in the past, but I don't like chewing gum in this spot at all. The Candy Rye horse. Well, the number 4 horse, Delaware, couldn't figure out why this horse was in the race. Delaware, as we all know, is typically a long distance running horse, or at least a routing horse, over the years. Comes from deep out of it. This is a 6.5 furlong. This horse typically runs a mile and 16 at the least a mile. But the number 4 Delaware, this looks like a training race to me. He's coming off of a 147-day layoff. This horse Delaware was previously trained by Chad Brown. Now Patty Gallagher has him. Mike Smith is in the arms. The horse is by Franco. Bred like all get out. Is a 6-year-old. They stopped on this horse in August at Saratoga, August 7th, which is the last time we've seen him run. He's returning back into a 6.5 furlong after 147 days. And to me, it seems like a training race, right? To get the horse, start to get him back in shape. Doesn't to me appear that this horse is, they're serious about, trying to win this race. Now, having said that, Delaware speed figures are just so much better than everybody else's in this race. I mean, by a bunch. His last 2 races coming out of the stake race in August at Saratoga and July at Saratoga. One of them is the Forbidden Apple, where Randall won the race. But again, I mean, it just doesn't seem like this is the right race for him distance-wise, and off the big layoff, it appears to be a training race to me. So I don't really know what to do with Delaware, I know Patty Gallagher is really good, and this horse will be flying down the stretch if Mike Smith is pushing him. It's a deep closer, maybe like the gate dancer, but this is a deep closer, and he never runs 6 furlongs. You have to go back to yesteryear to see where this horse ran 6 furlongs back in 2018. So Delaware is a deep closer. The speed figures are phenomenal. It wouldn't surprise me if this horse is second or third. If he musters it up, his speed figures are good enough. I just think he's going to be a little short in here. The number 4, Delaware. We're going to look elsewhere. The number 5 horse, Commander, is a French bred. 20 starts, 5 wins. That's okay. That's about 25%. 6 seconds and 2/3 for 200,000. Alvarado is the trainer of record, which is which is Peter Miller's assistant. The number 5 Commander, to me, he's 3-1 on the morning line. He has every right to continue to move forward. He exits the race on November 7th, which was an allowance race. That's the race where the number 1 Beer Can Man won, but he only won by a head over Commander. So again, this horse's speed figures are in very good shape, and he's 3-1 on the morning line. You got Juan Hernandez in the arms, horses by War, Command. So again, anybody that's taking a positive view on the number 5, I'm not mad at you at all. This horse is a contender in this race. The number 6 horse, well, here's the horse that I want. I mean, I don't really care who else is in this race. I just don't think they're going to catch the number 6, Momos, right? And again, Momos, I've always bet this horse because I just love the way that this horse had developed. The horse is by Distorted Humor. Momos has 10 starts, 2 wins, 3 seconds, and 2/3. I know what you're thinking. He doesn't win very much. He doesn't. It's a small sampling. He is a 4-year-old, and he only has 10 starts. So the upside this year as a 4-year-old, we may see Momos go forward. But again, two wins from 10 starts and 3 seconds and 2/3. That's 7 in the money out of 10. So the horse do run and run hard all the time. About 4 races back, this horse was on the New York circuit, trained by the classy Christopher Clement, and then for somehow he got over to Trembetta's barn and had him about 3 times now, and the horse has run fairly well for Trembetta. And today we get John Velasquez in the yard. I just can't see anybody getting in front of Momos coming out of the gate. I mean, going from 5 furlongs on the dirt on November 10th at Churchill, to me was a tightener. 2 back October 17th up at a grade 2 Nartic stake race at Woodbine. The horse took the lead in 6 furlongs, stretching out to 6.5 furlongs. I don't think that no one's going to be close to this horse at the half-mile pole. I think he'll be cleared by 3 or 4 lengths. And you know Johnny V has golden hands on the front end. I mean, that's on display each and every weekend throughout the country. So Momos, to me, is 4-1, which really puts it over the top for me. I mean, this horse value, I mean, maybe I'm just overseeing things here, but I mean, 4-1 on Momos here is just a huge price if you ask me. This horse is going to get clear of this field. It's only 6.5. I got Johnny V up. The horse is going from dirt to turf, coming off of a 62-day or a 52-day layoff, man, and I don't know how they're going to catch Momos. So I'm all in on this horse for sure. I love Momos in this spot to go what? Gate to wire to crush this field for sure. Why? Speed is king. I'm getting fired up early in the morning, but yeah, we love Momos in this spot. The number 7 horse, Cupid's Claws. Oh, the old 7-year-old Claws horse. 27 starts, 4 wins, 4 seconds, 4/3. That was quite easy. 249,000. Again, this is an old Peter Miller's horse. Alvarado is our trainer. You got the old man, Kent the Stormo, in the arms. How good is Kent, man? I made so much money with him over the years. And Cupid Claw's speed figures are just as good as everybody else's in here. I mean, that last one coming out of the November 26th race at Turfway, the Hollywood Turf Cup. I mean, that's not a horrible race at all. The horse finished 6th, but he was only 3 lengths behind Say the Word and Acclimate. And of course, Friars Road. So those are some really good turf horses. Here's the thing. This horse runs like Delaware, you know, and this is even worse. This horse is a mile and a quarter, mile and 3/8, mile and a half horse. Why? What is Cupid Claws doing in a 6.5 furlongs? If you think Delaware was cutting back from a mile or a mile and 16, and I was concerned, I should be really concerned about Cupid Claws. This horse last ran in a mile and 5/8 on November 6th. On October 7th, ran a mile and a quarter. The race before it at Golden Gate, September 6th, ran a mile and 16. August 21st, he ran a mile and a quarter. So, again, I don't know. He's not, I guess he's coming off of a 36-day layoff. They're just putting this horse wherever, right? Speed figures are okay, but I don't think this distance is suitable for him at all, the number 7 horse. More so than the number 4 horse, Delaware, who is a deep closer. But Delaware's speed figures are so much better than Cupid Claws. So there is your Joe Hernandez Stakes 6 race on New Year's Day at Santa Anita. And I'm going to lean one place. I mean, I really don't care who's in this race. Once I handicapped this race, I looked at the figures. I looked at the pace of the race. And to me, Momos just flat out smoked these horses. And the thing that puts it over the top for your SpeedKing is that he's 4-1. So again, to me, the number 6 horse, Momos, will go gate to wire. I think should spank him. Our second horse that we would use underneath would be the number 1 horse, maybe Beer Can Man, and maybe the number 4 horse, Delaware, with those beautiful numbers underneath. I mean, I'm telling you, if this horse gets rolling in the stretch, he might run down Momos. Delaware speed figures are very good but it's coming off of a sizable layoff of 147 days. So to us, our top pick is Momos and Momos only. I'm going to bet this horse to win, and I doubt if I play the body of the race exactas or tries. I'm just going up top and playing my pick fives with this horse. I like Momos a whole bunch here, and it's going to be one of our best bets of the day. We're going to be betting this horse to win right on the snout and nose. As always, folks, down in the description, please see our disclaimer. Remember to turn your closed capture on, and also support your SpeedKing by donating us, buy us a coffee. If you need to get a hold of us, email us at speedking24@yahoo.com, speedking24. Have a healthy and safe and happy new year. We move into a healthy thing, and Legends of the Game is coming on January 1. Stay classy, folks.